What's up, everybody? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn, and this is Learn, Hustle, Grow. If you are interested in all things money, real estate, and travel, this is the place for you. In this video, we're going to talk about whether or not your relationship is ready for home ownership. We say your relationship because we will talk about owning property from the perspective of being a married couple, and for those individuals who are committed but are not married for whatever reason.
So, when we were newlyweds, I had the idea of getting a new house once we got married. But she already had a small house, and I didn't like the idea of moving into her house. So we had to talk about it and decide whether we were going to move into a new house or purchase a new house or stay in her old house.
Both the process of moving and home buying can be extremely stressful. Actually, they are both considered to be two of the most stressful events in anyone's life.
Indeed.
Taking into consideration that we had a teenager starting high school and we had a home that met our needs at the time, our decision was to stay in the house that I'd already purchased prior to the two of us getting married.
Best decision ever.
In order to make the home feel more like our house versus my house, we decided to renovate.
So she purged the master closet to make room for me.
No easy task.
We painted the full interior of the house and the full exterior of the house. We gutted the bathroom, the master bathroom, did a very nice countertop there with dual sinks and stuff, and did the floor. Also in the kitchen, we did the backsplash, we did appliances, recessed lighting, and
New countertops.
Yes, which was my favorite. I got to choose everything, y'all. I was stunned, but I think she kind of narrowed it down to give me a few choices, like 3 choices on the countertop, and made me feel like I was, choosing. But it's all good. I got my favorite. So after all that, it felt like a new house to me.
The decision to renovate our house was perfect for us. Oftentimes people think there's only one choice, maybe 2. Either you buy a new house or you stay where you are. We chose to stay where we were and to renovate. That gave us the chance to pay down some of the debt we had at the time while preparing for the purchase of a new home.
Absolutely.
We stayed in that house for 4 years, and it became our first rental property.
Our bread and butter. So, what do you do if you are newlyweds living in an apartment? Consider the following. Interest rates are tied to credit scores. Do you both have good credit? If not, are both parties okay with the mortgage being under one person's name? Are your finances shared? How will you guys fund the down payment? And lastly, do you guys have an emergency fund to address home repairs?
If you are newlyweds, keep in mind that if you did not live together prior to getting married, the entire experience could be a bit overwhelming. Personally, Rob was the first man I'd ever lived with, and it was an adjustment, to say the least. So don't feel rushed to move into a new house just because it's what everybody else does. Waiting a year or 2 will give you an opportunity to live together as husband and wife without the additional responsibilities of home ownership. It will also give you time to figure out how you want to manage your finances together. Up until this point, we have been discussing real estate and the purchase of a new home for newlyweds, couples that are married. But we know not everyone who wants to purchase a house together is actually legally married. And there are different implications to that. So we'll take a little bit of time to discuss it.
So if you are not married, consider the following. Marriage provides a contractual agreement with guidelines to follow should the relationship come to an end. If you're not married, who will fund the down payment? Whose name is on the mortgage and whose name is on the deed?
Unless there is a written agreement that states otherwise, The name on the deed identifies the owner of the property, regardless of financial contributions. We make this point because studies show that women generally spend more money making the home comfortable, purchasing decorations and furniture. Unfortunately, if a relationship comes to an end, it can be difficult to prove those contributions, and you want to do as much as you can to protect yourself.
In most states, if you are unmarried and there's only one name on the deed, the other party has no legal rights to the profits if the house has to be sold.
In an ideal situation, two unmarried individuals can enter into the purchase of real estate like a partnership. Both parties can go 50-50 on the down payment. Both names would be on the mortgage, assuming both parties had good credit. Also, both names would be on the deed. So what you want to do is to prepare a contract that outlines the terms and conditions of the partnership prior to making the purchase. Without a written agreement, you may find yourselves going through a legal proceeding that could be very similar to divorce.
Indeed. So, was this helpful? We'd love to hear from you. Are you newlyweds thinking about purchasing your first home? Or are you an unmarried couple thinking about buying real estate together? Let us know.
That's all we have for now. Thanks for stopping by.
Until next time.
This is Learn, Hustle, Grow.